Hello, blessed souls. In this video, I'm going to explain the #1 reason twin flames meet and debunk a few myths out there. I'm Brainy Twin Gemini, spiritual healer, guide, and coach. Our spiritual path is to mission and deliver the truths and dismantle the misinformation and deception out there. Twin flames are meant to deliver their spiritual gifts and not to monopolize on the spiritual vulnerability of other souls. We as twin flames are meant to guide lost wandering souls to wholeness within, known as the true self. There are symptoms and signs of twin flames when they meet in physical form, which I have previously published. Check it out if you're experiencing them in physical form. I will place a video on the 11 key signs, this is your twin flame, in the description box for you to review. Also take note that this is how I experience them, so all may not resonate, and this was the infancy of our journey. Not all was known 2 years ago. I just documented events along the journey, and I believe the twin flames have accelerated wisdom and spirituality, known as spiritual maturity. I also believe there are varying maturity levels of twins as well, from infancy to masters. There's no right or wrongs, it is what you resonate with. Not all journeys are the same, and each one of us shares a unique experience and learning. Our journey was documented daily with over 3,000 pages of messages to assist in the spiritual navigation of our journey, as well as messages for others on this journey. As I alluded to, there are a lot of untruths out there, and our spiritual guide, God, encouraged me to spread the truth as communicated to me. There are many out there riding on others' coattails and plagiarize the wisdom of others, primarily for monetary gain and not for the soul health of others. They are very convincing, and it is a work of dark entities which confuse some on their journey. God is within us all, and the answers will always come when we reach our higher self. Gifts are meant to be given and not taken. One of the most important messages I have is that no one can tell you you're on a twin flame journey. All of that wisdom and intuition comes within. So if you are exploring the concepts and trying to understand them, it is a very good indication that this is indeed your journey. Only oneself can come to the realization that this is a twin soul journey. And the spark of unconditional love is the beginning of our journey. So now you know a little bit about our journey. One very important message I want to share is on false twin flames. Many question, is this a twin flame catalyst or a false twin flame? I do not believe so. Do you know what the actual definition of a catalyst is? According to Oxford definition, it's a substance that alters the rate of a chemical reaction, but itself is unchanged at the end of the reaction. The catalysts of the biochemical reactions are the enzymes. And the spiritual definition is, the master is not the physical body, but a catalyst through which the divine can flow to us. Through initiation by a spiritual master, the spark of the divine is ignited, so that through meditation on the light and sound current, we journey through higher spiritual realms until our soul reconnects with God. In 3,000 pages that were documented, there was never a mention of a catalyst or false twins, only serpents spreading false information. It is noted from false prophecies that a catalyst comes before you, your real twin, to prepare you for your true twin flame, and you will be attached to them in an egotistical way. Also quoted from false prophecies is, with catalyst twins, we feel so attached to that person that we feel that life is not worth living without them. Most likely we feel depressed for not being able to be with them and not being able to control the situation. Our ego will need and want to be with them, even if the soul knows they don't belong with us. So I just want to debunk that myth, because my twin and I, myself specifically, I went through all sorts of disparity, depression, and anxiety. And I know for 100% certainty that he is my twin soul. And God's source or divine would never bring us to these types of deceptions. Those who claim these theories rely heavily on artificial facts and not the actual journey. Unless you live it, you cannot really speak to it. Not physically being with our twin can cause intense soul pain. This can transfer into physical temple pain, our body, which may lead to despair, depression, and anxiety. These are all ego-based emotions. Many endure all of these egoic emotions many times while simultaneously feeling the energetic love of their twin. When twins physically meet in this world, referred to as union in 3D, you ignite a soul journey within each other to become your whole self or your true self. This can also ignite soul shock. There can be many mysterious events that occur along the journey to oneself, and these mysteries is the call to your soul to pay attention. That God, Source, or the universe, however it resonates, is communicating for us to wake up. When the awakening begins, we start to notice signs and synchronicities. This could be repetitive numbers, songs, animals, lights flickering, and so many more. These signs lead to questions, which is the gateway to a spiritual awakening. We become more aware of our surroundings, and we question who we are and why did this soul come to us. You have a greater appreciation for nature, animal, and people. We begin to accept that there is much more to this universe, and your soul is crying out to you to fulfill your soul purpose. The more we evolve on our spiritual journey, the more we will hear the scream of our soul to fulfill our life's purpose. We understand concepts of energy transference and how it resonates with our spiritual journey. The further we progress to oneness, the closer we get to God. The answers come as we evolve through our path of spirituality. For twins, I believe the soul journey is accelerated, and our soul purpose is to raise and lift the vibration of our world. For most of us, this process is not voluntary. It is a forced awakening, which can stimulate incredible soul shock, and it can be scary as hell. And it happens simultaneously, whether you like it or not. We then graduate to a Kundalini awakening. Kundalini is the clearing of an activation of the 7 chakras, starting at the base of the spine and travels upwards to the top of the head. The heart chakra is the most amazing of all of this, and this is when you energetically align the heart with the egoic self, and the ego begins to die. The ego doesn't truly die, as it will always be part of us. Instead, it's more like transcendence. We evolve beyond the handcuffs and leave it behind, learning to control our lives without its influence. Ego is fake self, while soul is true self. Ego is separation, soul is unity. The energy of the heart stimulates an awareness that the egoic mind cannot. The heart can overtake anything. During this process, it will also amplify intuition and psychic abilities. Spiritual masters may have visions and prophecies. Some will also experience out-of-body experiences known as OBE. These are extreme, but this can happen in very deep meditative practices. The energy of the heart takes us to higher dimensions within ourselves, also known as higher self. So how do we know if we've reached our higher selves? Well, here are a few associations, attributes with our higher selves. So knowing, trust, surrender, believing, intuition, understanding, visions, insight, listening, expressing, honesty, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, generosity, appreciation, gratitude, confident, empowered, courage, joy, creativity, passion, peace, patience, connection, balance, aware, mindful, present, unconditional love. So then you may ask, what is my lower self? Am I in a low vibration? And some of the attributes are doubting, worry, control, questioning, ego, ignorance, reasoning, ignoring, suppressing, dishonesty, cruelty, rudeness, hate, rage, resentment, selfishness, greed, judgmental, critical, ungrateful, insecure, jealous, afraid, indifferent, depression, stress, anxiety, impatient, disconnection, unbalanced, unaware, mindless, and distracted. As we evolve throughout the twin soul journey, we drop our false belief system and naturally adopt our true belief system. Twin souls stimulate our souls to unconditional love and bliss, which, as previously explained, encourages the awakening process within ourselves. It is also a soul journey to wholeness, to find our true selves. This soul journey can be one of the most beautiful because the soul has experienced unconditional love, which leads to enlightenment and bliss. As the heart opens, you find bliss in everything. Even a crow scorching brings joy. But also know it can be the most terrifying, especially when the ego is dismantling. As the ego dismantles, it can cause intense soul pain. Ego is dissolving the sense of self. Many will experience the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul can cause complete despair, and it can happen many, many times. We know that something must happen, but we don't understand what that something must be. But for many of us, we are controlled by our ego, or our sense of self and identity. The ego holds us back because it puts us a lens of duality over the real world. Instead of seeing life as it is, the ego tends to divide concepts into two opposite sides, left and right and wrong, love and hate, and peace and war. We are always in spiritual unity, and we are energetically aligned at the heart, which is known as unconditional love. There are many elements to this journey, but the number one sign is a spiritual awakening, which is a soul journey to our true selves. Along our spiritual journey, our intuition will be amplified, and the answers will come if we follow the correct life path. If we deny our soul to mature, then we may go back to sleep and the awakening process will halt. Staying caught in the matrix of low vibration and egoic thoughts can cause the soul to go back to sleep. The soul may not be ready to mature or graduate at that time. Having a twin come to you in the third dimensional world is a gift and a blessing, because not all will have this amazing encounter. If we do experience this miracle, we are meant to find our true self and to fulfill our soul calling. When we are with our twin in the 3D world, we feel energetically aligned, and we have an unexplainable comfort with our twin, and the false belief system dissolves completely. We flow naturally and effortlessly, and the energetic transference between the twins can cause deep familiarity as the souls reconnect. I hope this video has helped explain the purpose of a twin soul journey. While at times it can cause incredible soul pain, know that the pain is part of the process as we peel away the layers of our false self and belief system. If you are experiencing many events and are awakened to them, this could be your twin soul, and the universe is communicating to let you know. Trust your intuition and the power of it. So like I said, there are many different elements to the twin soul journey, and there's many steps that occur throughout the journey. But the number one sign and the first phase is that awakening in the Kundalini. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, and if this resonates, please like and comment. Have a great day, folks.